This just in, New York Giants owner John Mara addressing the media today, less than 24 hours after announcing the firing of Joe Judge. Let's take you there.
To make the right choices, up to Steve and I, to make the right choices going forward to earn back their trust. And that is not going to be an overnight process. That's going to take some time, but it starts with getting the general manager pick done correctly, and then with hiring the right head coach. Now, that's going to be a process that we're going to have to earn their trust again. And as I said, that's not going to happen overnight.
Tom Rock, Newsday.
John, how much do you look at these interviews for general managers and head coaches as package deals, as bringing one guy in with his coach?
There are no package deals. I mean, we want to get the general manager ideally done first. And obviously we'll talk about the candidates for head coach, but it's not going to be a package deal. I want to go through a complete process here, interview as many people as possible. I don't want to rush into anything. We've made that mistake in the past, and I want to make sure we get to see as many candidates as possible, ideally.
Art Stapleton, The Record.
John, do you feel like you guys have made bad choices and you've identified wrong candidates, or in some ways is this a failure of your process that you've gone through?
It's probably all of the above, Art. I mean, we haven't necessarily made the right choices. I think looking back on our process, I wish it had been a little more extensive, that we had seen more people, and maybe taken our time a little bit more with it. And we're going to try not to make that mistake this time.
Paul Schwartz, New York Post.
Hey, John. What is your confidence level in your ability to make the right choice? A lot of these choices the last few years have not been proven to be successful. So, everything starts and stops with you. Do you feel you're capable of making the right choice this time around?
I do, Paul, and obviously I don't expect a lot of people to believe that, given what's happened over the last few years, and I'm going to have to earn their trust again. But I feel very good about the group of candidates for the general manager position that we have scheduled right now. I think any one of a number of them would make an excellent general manager. So I am confident that we have the resources to make the right choice here.
Thank you.
Bob Glauber, Newsday.
John, I'm just curious your reaction to being in your building, watching the Cowboys game where a lot of Cowboys fans showed up, and then against Washington, not a lot of fans showed up, period. How much did that impact you? And as a kind of a corollary, you said, you rushed it a little bit last time. Do you think that there was a little bit of comfort in that it had been so long since there was a succession of front office stability since 1979?
Okay, that's the way to get two questions in there, Bob. And
yes, it is.
But okay. Obviously, you don't like to see visiting team fans in your building, but that's just the way the NFL is right now. We had a lot of fans in Miami, a lot of fans in Tampa. Now, certainly it's exacerbated by the fact that we had a poor record this year, but it's not a pleasant sight that you want to see every time. And yes, we've gone through this process far too often in recent years after having a lot of years of stability. And it's not a fun process at all. There is nothing more painful to me than making that long walk down the hallway to tell somebody, particularly a good person like Joe, that we're making a change. It's gut-wrenching for me. It's been gut-wrenching every time I've had to do it. And obviously I've had to do it far too often lately. And that's why we're in this process again. And we're going to get it right this time.
Kim Jones, NFL Network.
Hey, John, I'm curious if there was a last straw for Joe Judge, and where, if anywhere, does that 11-minute address, where, as you well know, he took some, veiled shots at your former coach and also a division opponent, obviously.
I mean, obviously I wasn't thrilled with that particular press conference, but I can't say there was one specific act that was the last straw. It was just a culmination of things. We just got to a point where I thought we had dug ourselves a hole so deep that I didn't see a clear path to getting out of it unless we completely blew it up and start it all over again with a new general manager and a new head coach. I still think that there is a really good head coach inside of Joe Judge. I just felt like, given where we are right now, on the verge of bringing in a new general manager, we have to give that person the flexibility to bring in the head coach that he wants. And I think that was a large part of the decision here in making a change. I just felt like we really needed to just start from the ground up again.
Thank you.
I'm Canavan, AP.
Hey, John, how you doing?
Good, Tom. How are you?
Good. It seemed when you hired Joe, he came in and gave you a, presentation which wowed you. I mean, in 2020 hindsight, do you need to take a step back after you listen to these guys and look at more closely what they're saying?
Well, I think that's a fair comment, but we did a lot of research on him, as we do with all of our candidates. He did do an excellent job in that interview. Sometimes, some people interview well, some people don't, but you have to do more research than that. But I thought our process at that time was pretty thorough. I mean, we had spoken to a number of people about Joe, and listen, I still believe that there is a good head coach inside of him. But I just felt like, given where we are at the moment, and certainly that is not all due to him. But given where we are right now, I felt like we needed a clean sweep.
Thank you.
Ian O'Connor, New York Post.
Hey, John, for those of us old enough to remember, the back-to-back quarterback sneak sort of brought back the memories of the Bizarchik fumble and that period of time, which obviously is not a pleasant memory for you. But did that sequence really make this situation, as far as bringing him back, completely untenable? How much did that play into it?
Obviously those weren't my favorite play calls in the world. I wish we had run that back when Bizarchik was here. But Ian, that was just one minor factor in the overall scheme of things. Obviously not what I was looking for watching the game, but you can point to any number of play calls that any of us could have second guessed, but that was a bit of a surprise to me. Let's put it that way.
Dan Duggan, The Athletic.
Hey, John, as you referenced, you've fired a lot of people over the last couple of years. But what do you say to the fact that your brother is still senior vice president of player personnel, your nephew's co-director of player personnel, and there's a perception that there isn't really accountability for family members who have had prominent roles during this stretch?
Well, that perception has been created by you and others. And the reality is that in terms of my brother spends most of his time doing evaluation of college players. His grades go into our system, and he participates in the draft. All personnel decisions in this building, and this has always been the case, have been made by the general manager and the head coach. When they agree on a personnel decision, they come to me with it, and as long as they're both in agreement, I okay it. The only times I would possibly not do that is if there was an off-the-field conduct issue. So Chris is a very skilled evaluator, but he does not have any authority here other than the fact that I will go to him on occasion and ask him about players. Tim is probably the most respected guy we have in this building. Coaches, front office staff, the general manager go to him, ask his advice on players because he is a good evaluator. He's worked his way up from the bottom and he's earned his stripes. He does not have any authority here. The personnel decisions have always been made and will always be made by the general manager and the head coach. If they agree on a draft pick, on a UFA, then I'm going to okay it 99.99% of the time. The only time I will raise an issue about it is if there is a conduct issue. I'll question them about it. I'll make them defend their positions, and I'll make sure that they're on the same page. But at the end of the day, if they're in agreement, then that's the decision we're going with.
Ryan Dunleavy, New York Post.
Hey, John, sorry, my camera's not.
All right, so that's Joe Mara speaking with the media. John Mara speaking with the media. He said he is not going to rush in to hiring a coach and general manager, wants to see as many candidates as possible, lamented that they weren't more thorough in the process with hiring Joe Judge, says that they need to earn back the trust of the fans. He mentioned that a couple of times, actually. And when it came to Joe Judge, he said he just didn't see any other option than to blow things up. Now, when you look at the situation with the Giants, I mean, they haven't made the playoffs in 9 of the last 10 seasons. They've gone through 6 different head coaches in that time. And John Mara said, look, I'm tired of making that walk down the hall to fire the head coach. I've done it way too often. This time we're going to take our time and do it right.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.